Hi, my name is Alex from Millitronic. Today I want to bring you my topic about accelerate AI deployment with Edge virtual network. First of all, I will elaborate what is Edge virtual network. This is the core technology for the solutions that will be mentioned in coming pages. In this page, I would like to show you traditional OSI, the Open System Interconnection model, that describes the 7 layers that computer system used to communicate over a network. This is traditional data transmission flow between server and edge. The left-hand side is server side and the right side is edge side. Under this traditional structure, latency happens when data goes through all layers. The data goes from application layer to presentation, all the way down to physical layer. And by physical layer connecting to device and data, goes from bottom to top, and then connect to physical input and output, for example, USB and HDMI. Our innovation here is install a middleware to the edge, and the main function of it is virtualize and extend edge server physical I/O by using IP network format. In this case, your device, for example AI camera or sensors, will no longer need a host, a platform, an application to process. Our virtual I/O pipe makes edge server to connect with extended devices and the third-party AI applications and compatible with remote access device by the virtual I/O pipe with ultra latency performance. In the meanwhile, our virtual network acts as hidden transport layer to combine with network data link and physical layer, which enable communications, data acquisition, device management, and I/O connectivity in distributed I/O network. Throughout our virtualization I/O, we can speed up edge AI landing. No more hassle cables, no more apps incompatibilities between platforms, no more BSP adjustments. We give you plug and connect, ultra low latency, bidirectional two-way control. Well, let's talk about our innovations. Let's take a look at our innovations. The wireless touch display. This is very different from IPC-based touch display. IPC-based touch display is simply attach an embedded PC or Android platform on the back of display. And our innovation is, as you can see, we built a PCIe-based virtualization I/O module with Wi-Fi 6 on it. By using the benefit of Wi-Fi 6 bandwidth, we can set up point-to-point direct mode or AP infrastructure mode. It can extend HDMI and USB I/O functions from Edge AI to cloud. And the best part of it, our virtual USB allows it work as a USB hub. Therefore, you can connect with multiple USB devices like USB camera, USB touch, or USB HIDs. With ultra low latency performance, you can simply connect to your AD board without complicated OS or system integration. And this is the POC project we work with Intel, Innodisk, and our partner for smart retail. On the bottom, it's a very powerful Intel platform, and which is capable of running 3 different types of OS, including Windows, Linux, and Ubuntu, and each of platform in charge a specific tech-related smart retail. For better understanding, you can take a look at this one. When I said each of the platform in charge a specific tech in smart retail, it can be defined like local monitors, monitoring surveillance cameras images, wired monitor with HDBT hook up at most 200 displays, or remote monitors with virtualized HDMI or USB. It can act as non-IPC kiosk or non-OS kiosk. Allow me to walk you through this again. Edge device refer to Intel very powerful PC, and virtualization input and output integrate with touch display. And Wi-Fi 6 replace physical layers. We'd like to introduce you Millitronic and Innodisk's new product and the ultra-low latency AI camera for NVIDIA AI landing. In this project, our IPC KVM plays an important role. By its name, you can tell it is IP-based camera, keyboard, video, and mouse switch. Unlike the ordinary KVM, it's like a hardware-based switch. You need a pair, and which is TX and RX to bridge USB keyboard, mouse, and HDMI video. The core of IPC KVM is virtualization I/O. By install our middleware in Edge and connect a Giga LAN, you can easily remote access devices attached to our IPC KVM with ultra-low latency performance. In traditional AI landing, as you can see here, there is a Giga LAN from NVIDIA AI Edge to the PoE switch, and connect IP camera to the PoE switch for the AI user scenario. From our customers' feedback, the more IP camera you installed, which means you need to create and manage more IP address. This is not easy, especially you don't have an MIS team support. Further, for some AI user scenario like AOI, it requires high resolution and low latency camera, and we believe IP cam is not a good choice. Furthermore, if you are planning to implement more sensors or devices to Edge AI, and you need to adjust BSP package with driver. The above are just part of the reasons affect AI landing. We found that there is a big gap between AI in the lab and AI landing. Our customers are always dealing with you cannot have both situation. Our innovation IPC KVM is the solution. Like I mentioned earlier, by install a middleware to Edge AI through our Giga LAN, we can remote access all the devices connections to our IPC KVM, including USB cameras. The key benefit of virtualization I/O is centralized management. Try to imagine the Edge AI is the human brain, and sensors and cameras I will describe as distributed devices, just like organs or limbs. And the connection between brain and limbs is virtual network. You only need to process device driver in your brain once and once for good. You don't need to add another brain to distribute devices. Here I would like to share with you a semiconductor test equipment case study. There are at least 4 IPCs in the metal case, and more than 3 monitors, different work tasks, and camera for AI workload. To serial connect, they require a PoE switch and tons of KVM to put everything together. But when it comes to system crash, in order to rebuild the system environment, the maintainer needs to physically switch in KVM hardware between IPCs. And you have no idea how many cables in the metal case. However, our virtual network is the game changer. Centralized management can reduce lots of costs. From the semiconductor equipment manufacturer point of view, it can reduce using KVM switch, increase the efficiency of equipment assembly time. On the other hand, from antenna's point of view, integrate multiple monitors with centralized management can save lots of time. And the best part of it, our virtual network allows you to connect not only keyboard, mouse, but also AOI camera. Allows me to walk you through this again. Each device refers to IPC, and virtualization input and output turns into IPC KVM. COVID-19 and post-pandemic era changing our ways of life. People nowadays are more used to using online conference instead of face-to-face. During pandemic, Microsoft Teams and 3 other companies provide conference apps for free. Therefore, most of the enterprises continue to use them, and that leads to a special certification. Conference room peripheral products should fall compatible with online conference app. In this part, I would like to introduce you our wireless camera with soundbar. This is what you're used to, using cables to connect camera, display, and soundbar. In order to have a flexible meeting room, conference room environment, our next topic is how to eliminate USB and HDMI cables in between. But what will be the problems? Let's go back to traditional OSI, the open system interconnection model. When you remove these cables, you will see two problems. First, camera and soundbar, they are devices you need a platform, a OS, or to enable the driver. Second, Microsoft Teams does not allow you to plug in third-party apps, for example camera apps, into Teams. In this case, virtual network is exactly what you are looking for. By install middleware to the platform, for example, a laptop, PC, or cloud, we integrated virtualization I/O into a business card size of PCBA. By using our USB ports, you can connect UVC camera and soundbar, and wireless interact with your platform. In the last page, I would like to share with you the wireless docking. This is how cable dock works, using an USB or Type-C cable to extend laptop I/O. And we use Wi-Fi 6 plus virtual network to replace physical USB cable. I would like to emphasize the best part of it. The best part of it is we support concurrent mode, which means the Wi-Fi module in your laptop can execute two jobs at the same time, go online and interact with virtualization I/O, which means the wireless USB camera and wireless docking. Well, thank you for your time. Please feel free to contact me if you need more detail about my products.